Hey everybody, welcome back to the adventure for all blue coins and 100 coin shine sprites here for Super Mario Sunshine. Pinna Park. I mean, despite the video's length, I consider this to be the easiest level to get all the blue coins in and 100 coins. 100 coins speaks for itself, I'll demonstrate that later, but for blue coins, you know, Pinna Park's not very big. You know, they throw like 8 blue coins at you at the beginning of the stage. Granted, you have to be in this episode to even get them there. Well, to even unlock them, I should say, because you're using this guy's bullet bills to break open these wooden baskets that Mario, for some reason, can't lift up. You know, they just look like straight up wicker baskets that I'm sure Mario should have no problem just tilting over and getting the blue coin inside. But whatever, they're apparently fingerproof or some other shit, and Mario has to blow them out of the sky to get them. But in terms of blue coins, because Pinna Park is so condensed, a lot of the blue coins are close together, so there's not much scavenging to go about here. So it's actually not that bad. I've been using a guide on and off with the blue coins here and there, but for Pinna Park, I didn't need to use a guide at all. I was pretty comfortable just getting all the coins just from memory and just from basic exploration and experimentation. The ones that threw me for a loop the most, though, were the blue shine gates, you could call them, the blue shine symbols in the sand, because I forgot those were even a thing until I like accidentally discovered it by spraying the fucking sand with water. I tell you, there are some blue coins in this game that it's like you spray this random object and you get a blue coin. It's very Metroid in that sense, where instead of bombing everything, you're squirting everything with your Super Soaker, and hopefully something comes out of it. Most of the time, it's blue coins. It's worthless fucking currency. Ay. Anyway, that's enough for the expository banter. I finished my first bottle of Golden Monkey after part 3, so I got the second bottle here. I should have opened it up before I got the part started, but whatever. I'll just open that right there. Sorry, I hit the mic there for a second. So it's got a little bottle opener there. It's a small little fucker. Let me put that there. Yeah, look at the size of that thing. Mario should easily be able to just lift that up or just push it to the side. You can't do that. What if, I don't know why. You can't even squirt it out of the way. You know, you get the flood here, especially with your shotgun blast. I'm pretty sure that's like 5,000 PSI. It'll melt your fucking face off if you got hit with it in point blank range. So why can't I use that to tilt the wicker basket, you know? It's very dumb shit. I will drink to that incompetency. The fuck are you angry about? Anyway, let me see here. To continue with the questions. Alright, Crazy12 Eric asks, he has 2 questions for the Q&A. What is a game that you consider very underrated? Underrated, huh? A game that I like that I don't think gets enough attention? I'll say Brave Fencer Musashi on the PlayStation 1. Granted, that game is by no means perfect. It's got problems. But I find it such a nice hidden gem of the PlayStation 1 era that got overshadowed simply because Final Fantasy was what everybody talked about in the PlayStation 1 era. For good reason, they're great games. But I don't know, I feel Brave Fencer Musashi was more recognized as the game that had the demo of Final Fantasy VIII bundled with it, and they wrote it off afterwards as just another game. But I really enjoyed the game. I think it's pretty ambitious with story delivery. It's like a lot of the game is fully voiced. It won't give Zelda a run for its money, but I think if it were a little more polished, I think we have a pretty fantastic game. As is, I think the game is perfectly fine, but it's one I hold close to the heart. I have a lot of memories of Brave Fencer Musashi. I've been playing that for a long time, like almost. Shit, I've been playing it since middle school. So not entirely 20 years, but I've been playing close to 20 years, yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, Crazy12 Eric is asking again, what is your favorite non-Sonic soundtrack? Again, we can't pick just one with these folks. Can't pick just one. I got a lot of music that I love. Final Fantasy immediately comes to. I love Final Fantasy so much. You know, so I'll just leave it at that. I know it's and it's a very vague answer, but I can't pick just one track. I can never pick just one of anything. The Dio Wolf asks, your question for me is this. You said 06 is almost a guilty pleasure to play. I didn't say almost, I think I said it was. Well, the Sonic portions anyway. Would Sunshine hit that spot too? The funny thing about Sunshine is a perfectly fine game when you're just playing for like the mandatory shine sprites and when you have to play up to episode 7 to soak Shadow Mario a couple of times and unlock Corona Mountain and beat the game afterwards. If you're just going for the bare minimum, I think Sunshine is a great game. You know, it's got great graphics. The soundtrack is very atmospheric for the setting it's in, although the fact that every level is beach themed, it does kind of make it visually tiresome. I think the controls are pretty much perfect, and Mario is such a joy to travel with FLUDD. I love jumping all over the place and using the hover nozzle to get extra distance. That is so exhilarating to do in this game. I still miss the long jump, and there are a couple of things I wish I can do as good as I did in 64, but just in terms of like Mario's mobility, level design, Sunshine's great. It's just when you want to 100% the game, which is generally a challenging task in any game, I get that, but in Sunshine it feels like it's a pain in the ass for the wrong fucking reasons. There shouldn't have been 240 blue coins. The blue coins, I think, are the biggest problem of the game. You lock away 24 shine sprites from this collectathon within a collectathon because you're already collecting coins and all that sort of shit, and it's just not fun. It's tedious as shit and cryptic as all hell without a guide. Like, a serious question though to like Sunshine aficionados or those who play this game. Did you go after blue coins, all of them, without a guide, and how long did it take you? You know, I'm just extremely curious about that. Didn't have a problem at all? In case, who would you sell your soul to? Did it take you a long time? Have you attempted it, not even try to finish it because you just didn't find it fun? Maybe you got bored? Who knows? Like, I'm curious about that. Thankfully, though, this is the only time when they really do something. They do some stupid shit like this. I mean, Galaxy has purple coins, but they're way more condensed and nowhere near as a fucking chore. So there's that. But Sunshine's not a guilty pleasure. No, it's a legitimately good game. I mean, that's all I can really say about that. As for 100%ing it, no, there's nothing to enjoy about this. This is very obligatory. Believe me, if I really wanted to, if I felt the need to, I would have gladly just went after the Shadow Mario stuff and just call it that. But this is not Brain Scratch commentaries. Sorry, I gotta throw a little shade on Ryan there. I gotta show off the game to its maximum capacity, even if that process is an enormous pain in the ass, and I don't blame Ryan for skipping that shit because it's not fucking fun. It's just, I'll drink to Ryan's half-assery. The Phantomist is asking, alright, the end is now. For questions for those wonderfully delightful blue coins, how do you feel about fandoms versus hatedoms? Which do you think is worse? Let me see. Well, fandoms is worded a little vaguely, because everything has a fandom. And fandoms are fine when everybody just applies logic, common sense. You like what you like, but keep it to yourself. Because I'm pretty sure Jeffrey down the street does not give a shit that you've binge-watched Steven Universe for the 50th goddamn time. Leave him alone, he has other things to do. Now, hate thems I do consider worse because I just find the ideology of it just inherently more toxic, where you hate something for the sake of hating it and because you don't like other people enjoying it. Well, that's just vindictive as fuck. I mean, just let people like what they like. At the same time, though, for those that really like it, you know, again, keep it to yourself. You love this thing, that's great. Just don't expect everyone to have that same kind of love for it. Because everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got to have a thought for it. If everybody would just shut the fuck up and keep to themselves for this one, we wouldn't have this kind of toxic discussions for that sort of shit. And shit like that is what gives like shit like the Sonic fanbase a bad name. Because they're so fucking obnoxious about it. If you like it, just like it. If you don't like it, fine. Watch something else. Alright, Conrad GM is asking, with Bubsy coming back, well, he's already back at the time of this upload, is there any obscure, forgotten mascots or games you'd like to see get another shot, maybe as an indie or proper sequels? No, my uncle touched upon this about a week ago, after I released the Bubsy video, about how, you know, that asshole managed to come back because of fucking memes. You know, not because this games were of any actual quality back in the 90s, but what about like forgotten adventures like Rocket Knight? You know, treasure games like Dynamite Headdy? Maybe another Gunstar Heroes sort of spiel? You know, there are plenty of mascots, or at least games that only had maybe 1 or 2 games back in the 90s and just kind of like fell off the face of the earth. Bubsy was never good. And he just came back because people wouldn't shut the fuck up about them. Granted, you know, folks like me and other video game reviewers, that they're partly to blame for that. Okay, scratch that. They're mostly to blame for that because they don't, you know, you talk about that sort of shit, and again, like I said, there's no such thing as bad publicity, I guess, in this case, and they figured, hey, we can make a game about this, you know. And Wooly Strikes Back is not a terrible game, but it's not a $30 game. And if they are seriously considering bringing him back for like other games, and I hope they build upon what makes a game good and, you know, make something out of it. But at the same time, you know, if Bubsy gets a fucking game after so many years, why can't other games get another game as well, you know? Who's the Man is asking, can you find out why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? They love it because their mom couldn't actually get them a good cereal. I'm sorry to say, I've not eaten Cinnamon Toast Crunch in years. If I did eat it, it would have to be with like blisteringly Antarctic cold milk. Because Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of those cereals where if the milk is just a little lukewarm, it's like you're putting vomit in your mouth. It's fucking disgusting. Cinnamon swirly disgusting in a sense. But as why kids love the taste, I don't give a shit. I wouldn't be very interesting in those Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials. Can you see why kids love the cinnamon? It doesn't look like, oh, it doesn't look like he actually cares. Alright, carry on. Where's my check? Essentially. Alright, Final Resistance Productions is asking, Johnny, do you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? So what do you think? Now, JoJo is an anime series or a manga series that I have not read or watched a lick of at all. I only have one sort of experience with it, and that's with a fighting game that I was shown years ago. I think it was on the Dreamcast. And that's about it. There was a steamroller, there was a time-stopping attack, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. I now only know much of the thing because of memes and other shit like that. So maybe later down the road I'll give it a shot, but as of the time, nah, I don't really have any sort of thought on it. Game & Blade 921, you're asking if I ever played through any of the Borderlands games? Nah, never have. Again, another one of those eventually sort of things. Austin Evans is wondering if we ever get a DK64 playthrough a la Sonic Heroes, where I play as DK, LA plays as Diddy, Matt plays as Chunky, my uncle plays as Lanky, Mark Sabrina plays as Tiny. I have not played Donkey Kong 64, but from what everyone tells me, that game is not fucking fun to complete. Like, is it worse than Sunshine? Like, those that played the game, is it worse than Sunshine? I don't remember the specifications of why people say completing that game is such a pain in the ass, but I think it was like every character has to collect the same amount of shit, and if that's the case, then yeah, I can kind of see that being a really obnoxious thing to do, but I don't know all the details on that one. Sean Milady is asking, considering Elliot's love of horror and creepypastas and John's love for animation, have you guys ever thought of doing a horror-themed animated short or special? I know time is a big issue as a fellow filmmaker and aspiring director, but I think it could be interesting. I would not mind doing that at all, Sean. You know, Elliot is totally into that sort of shit. He's got a whole channel dedicated to that thing, and I'm glad he's taking care of himself with that sort of thing. You know, that kid is on it with that channel. I think he uploads like every Sunday. And that's a consistency I wish I had. You know, but I try to do what I can, but it's like, Elliot's on top of that thing because he really fucking loves the horror genre, which is funny considering like his early years. Elliot could not stand horror when he was a kid, like up until like I think like the age of, I want to say 8. If he just so much as heard the theme of Michael Myers, he flipped the fuck out, cry, and run to the other room because he just hated it. It just drove him nuts. Now you look at him and it's like, holy shit, does this kid watch anything else but horror? He's such a horror buff, but yeah, he's my go-to when it comes to asking about this or that in the horror genre, and he's taken a hold of it. He really loves that sort of thing, and that's good. I'm glad he's able to find comfortability in some genre for the sake of both just his personal enjoyment and his YouTube channel. Now, for combining that with animation, I don't know. We'd have to think about something about that. And of course, yeah, time is always another thing. There's getting an idea working, but there's also putting that idea to work. And one takes a lot longer than the other. Can you guess which one? Well, as you guys think about that, I will see you guys for the next part of the Mario Sunshine Blue Coins 100 Coins Shine Sprite Extravaganza Variety Flower Hour sort of spiel. With tomorrow's part, what's after Pinna Park? Is it Serena Beach? It's Serena Beach, isn't it? Yeah, it's Serena Beach. All right. I'll see you guys next time.